Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is the Libra full moon today, April 1st, 2026. And I am very happy to be back here today to join with you all to talk about this Libra full moon. And I'm trying a different format here to see if this is just easier for me to just jump on instead of all the prep work that I used to do for my videos, which I wasn't even visibly showing myself. And so, and this seeing me here is also, I believe, a manifestation of in my chart, uh, Pluto opposing my Venus, unearthing, revealing the truth of um, my value, my worth, my aesthetic, my beauty, um, and my self love. And so it's about, right? It's no longer hiding behind the masks, right? Pluto rips off the mask. And so here I am. So today I would like to talk to you all about this full moon in Libra that we are having today, April 1st, 2026. And I am going to share the chart with you. I use Astro Gold. That is the software that I use whenever I do my readings, whenever I'm doing chart interpretations for myself, my family, or my sessions. And I will be sharing that chart with you in just a few moments. But I did want to just jump in and remind you that full moons are the end of the cycle. And we start with the new moon, and that's when we are planting the seeds, right? Just allowing those first little seedlings to start to germinate, and then the energy builds, and it builds up over, 2 weeks until we get to the full moon. And not only is the full moon about culminating or graduating or ending a cycle, but it's also about full illumination, right? I don't know if anyone was able to see the moon last night. She's so beautiful in the New Jersey sky where I live. And she had this beautiful halo around her. And, when she's so bright in the sky, she will shine a light on those things within our psyche, within our perceptions, within uh, in our heart, our feelings, and within our outer life, our relationships, which we're going to talk about a lot today because it's Libra. Um, just anything in our lives, she will shine that very bright searchlight on so that we kind of have to see, um, or maybe something that was just foggy or confusing or we had lack of clarity around. The full moon can really illuminate it for us in her full light. And then, of course, she's beaming the energies of whatever sign she's in. So something can come to light that was hidden for you before. Now, before we get into the energies, I want to remind everyone here that I have created a free guide for you. And I have a little printout of it here, and then I'm going to show you what I did with it to kind of turn it into something really like an art project for me as well. But go on my website, mysticmoonschool.com, go to the shop. All you do is download this. I've redone this, and I'm sorry, obviously it's backwards, right? That's so annoying, but you get the idea of the aesthetic. So when you open it up and you're going to print this, So you can print it at home, but you could also just, print it at Staples, something like that. But so the first page is this book belongs to and my intentions for the month. Okay, so the idea for this guide is that you're going to print one out for yourself each and every month. And it begins with the new moon. And then I've incorporated lined pages for you so that you can set your intentions, write down anything that you feel is significant for this lunation. But guess what? It's not just the new moon and the full moon. It's all of the phases, okay? So then we have the waxing crescent, right? So it starts with the new moon. We cannot see the moon in the sky. And then we just get that little sliver. Waxing is when the moon is growing. And so this book, this guide, will then move through the phases for you. Then we have the first quarter moon with some lined pages for you. Then we have waxing gibbous, that's actually the moon phase I was born under. And then, actually, I think I might have missed a couple. Nope. And then we get to the full moon, right? And I'm going to read to you what I wrote here. So I wrote this myself, and I created this, and my intention is that we all start to realign with the moon and what all of her wisdom and what she is there to teach us. And that's why it's Mystic Moon School, because even though I'm teaching, I'm always learning, always, always. So, and I learned so much in doing this and creating this. So what I wrote for the full moon is this: the energy is at a peak now, and you may even have trouble sleeping the night before and of the full moon. That was me last night. Today is the day to celebrate, harvest, and fully open to seeing all that has transpired over the last 2 weeks. Because the energy is so potent, you may be feeling emotional, wired, or like you need to physically move your energy. Choose consciously with who and how you will engage with others, as they may be erratic. Make time to ground and center yourself. And so then, of course, you have your blank page here to write whatever it is that's coming up for you. And then the moon starts to wane. So then we move through the waning phases, the gibbous moon, then the last quarter, then the waning crescent moon, until we reach the dark moon. And then that's the cycle for the whole month. And then for the next month, you can print this out again. And you create a whole library every month for yourself. And I also want to say that the version of this that I have on my website also has journal prompts at the end of each phase. So it can help you to kind of get started a little bit in what you want to write. So I really hope that you will hop onto the website, download this for free, start using it. Please leave me your comments. Please let me know if you're using it. I've had so many people download it. If it's helpful to you, if you enjoy it, I would love to hear your feedback and anything else that you think maybe, we could add to it. I have these like papers, you get them at Michael's or Joann's or whatever, and I just made like a basic folder. I mean, literally all I did is fold it. And so you can just put it in there, and then this becomes a little book cover, or you could just staple them together. Now I'm a little extra, so I found this empty journal at a thrifted bookshop that we have near me, and so I am turning this into like a proper journal for myself. And so I've kind of glued the pages in, and I just got started on that for this month. but that's just because I like to create with my hands. Okay. All right. So I really hope that you guys will go download for free every single month. Just keep coming back, download it for free, um, and create a beautiful, really remember there are 13 moons in the year, not 12. Um, and 13 is the number of the divine feminine. So this is all about us reconnecting with the moon and her wisdom and living a cyclical life. We are not meant to go, 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 and no rest. We are meant to live cyclically with nature. And you can align with anything in nature, and it will teach you that. I just happen to align with the moon. And if you're here listening to this, maybe you're aligning with the moon too. And so this resonates for you. So go ahead, download that free guide that I've created, print it out, use it each and every month. Just keep coming back every month. It's a new ritual for yourself. You're like, oh, yes, I get to download my free guide for this month. And then you can look back over the year and read what you've written for each and every month and what's transpired for you. Okay. So enough about all of that. Let's talk now about today's Libra full moon. Okay, so I am going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you the chart. Oh, hello. Oh, look, everybody, I have to show you. This is my new baby. Hold on, I don't know if you can see. This is Lily. Hi. So Lily showed up on my back stoop last summer. She was curled up in the sun on the cement step, trying to be warm. Yeah, she's my baby girl. She's my baby girl. Oh, hello. Hello, baby girl. And we have a beautiful relationship. Speaking of relationships, Libra, she's my baby. And it's very reciprocal. It's quite fair and balanced and give and take, right? I give you food and you give me love. But no, seriously though, she's a wonderful, sweet baby. I'm so grateful every day that she found me. And yeah, but we're going to talk about relationships now. But she wanted to come in. She wanted to come in. She wanted to be on camera because she's so beautiful. She's so gorgeous. Yes, she is. My baby. My baby girl. Okay, let's look at the chart, shall we? Shall we look at the chart? Okay, here we go. So remember, I use Astro Gold, and I also use whole sign houses. Okay, so yes, I know I'm screen sharing. Okay. Okay, great. So we're looking at the chart here. Okay, so here we have the moon in Libra, and right across the way, is the sun in Aries, right? And so Aries and Libra, sister signs. And, a lot of people have this kind of belief or this understanding that they're opposite. The sister signs are so opposite. And while that may be true to an extent, I like to always think of them as complementary to one another, and how, Libra has certain qualities that Aries lacks and vice versa. And that when they can tap into each other's energies a little bit, then they become more balanced and they can learn and grow. So let's talk about Libra, okay? And then we are also today going to be talking about Venus and Pluto specifically, because Venus is the ruler of this full moon. She rules Libra. And so what's happening with Venus in the sky right now, and she's in Taurus, the other sign that she rules, right, Lily? That's right. It's significant. and it plays into this full moon. So we are going to talk about Venus as well today. Okay, so Libra. What is Libra all about? Well, Libra is all about one-to-one relationships. Libra will point out anything, anyone, anything in your life that you're in relationship with. You will either be in a very fair, balanced, reciprocal relationship with the other, right? Or it's not. It's imbalanced, it's unfair, there's power struggles, uh, there's and what's at the base of that? There's people pleasing, there's controlling tendencies, insecurities, all of these things that play into, right, any sort of relationship that is not healthy and functional. And so, really, the full moon, as I was saying at the beginning of this video, wants to illuminate and help us to culminate anything that is not in balance within us or with us and another. So I want to talk to you a little bit now about Libra in terms of relationships. And I've talked about this before in other videos, but we literally have relationships with everything. We are relational beings. We are not, we don't live in our whole existence is duality. And so there's always us and the other, always, in every single moment of life. Now you're like, well, Donna, what do you mean? Like, we're not with other people? No, it's not about other people. We are relational. So we have um, we have relations with everything. So we have relations with food. We have a relationship with our thoughts, our belief system, our religion, our spirituality, our limiting beliefs. Hello. We have a relationship with that voice in our head, right? That fear voice. We have a relationship with our past. We have a relationship with our bodies, right? You get what I'm saying? We have relationships with everything. We have a relationship with nature. We have a relationship with water. We have a relationship with our health and exercise. We have a relationship with everything and anything you could possibly think of. We have a relationship with it. So when the moon is in Libra, it is literally an infinite number of possibilities of how this may play out for you. Okay? It may very well be the most, on the nose thing where it's you and another person. Absolutely. But we've all heard in our inner work that the other is a mirror, right? So I'm going to share with you something, and maybe this will resonate, and then this will help you to think about your own life, your own relationships. So I have someone in my life who I love dearly, and I keep asking her all right, so I'm not gonna lie, it's my daughter, okay? So, but she's on the verge of being on her own. She's an adult, but we still live together, and I have certain things that I want done in the house, right? That is just, she works, she's in school, she's very, very busy, but it's just not priority for her, which I get. She's not me. But this has been going on for a while, and it feels unfair to me, right? It feels imbalanced. And so my daughter is showing me where my lack of boundaries are, where my lack of speaking my truth about what my needs are in our relationship to our home space. And so while she may be exhibiting certain things that are frustrating me, she's here to show me where I need to make some changes, right? And what does that mean? It means that I need to speak to her in a way that is fair, grounded, um, in a place of compassion and understanding, but also these are my needs. And we're in a relationship here. So it's not just what your needs are, it's we live together, so it's my needs as well. And how can we make this work for both of us? A win-win, right? Um, that's Libra in the highest expression, is when you can have a win-win with the relationship of whatever it is you're working with. So I think you understand what I'm saying now in terms of the other, if it's a person, is there to mirror back to you where you can tip the scales and find the balance that you are looking for. Because it's not, we can't just say, oh, well, she's not cleaning the dishes in the sink, right? It's her. No, it's not. It goes deeper. That's just the first layer, and you can't stop there. Okay, because it's not about the other, it's about you. Ultimately, why do we even look at charts? Why do we even study astrology? Is to evolve and grow ourselves. And so Libra's here to work with us and the other in a very tangible way. And that's just one example. So I also have something going on, and I have had something going on with my right knee for like a couple months now, and it comes and goes. And so my relationship with my body, with my health, with exercise and movement, this is really coming to the fore for me. And I've decided I'm no longer going to keep doing what I've been doing because it's not working for me anymore. I'm going to try something different. And again, I'm the one that has to make the change, right? I'm the one who has to see what's working or not working for me, and what do I need to change to rebalance here. So that's just another example. It could also very much be anything of your thoughts, your beliefs, your perceptions on life, because Libra is an air sign, which is the mind, right? So anything, your ideas about things, your limiting beliefs, those beliefs that say, oh, I can't do that, you know, or this always turns out this way for me, right? Or if I try that, it's going to be a disaster, or I'm scared to do such and such, or this is terrifying if I leave this and go to this, right? We have to sit whenever we're having fear thoughts and just sit with them for a minute and not let them just bully us into not doing the thing. And so anything of the mind, your ideas, your thoughts, your beliefs, your limiting beliefs, your perceptions, all fall under Libra, the air sign. What else do I want to say about Libra? Whatever, if you can stop today and think about, is there anything in your life, whether it's internally or externally in your life, that feels chaotic, that feels off kilter, imbalanced, then that is where you want to bring your focus. And you want to get quiet and grounded. And you want to think about that and sit with it for a little bit and say, okay, if this feels chaotic and imbalanced, This is that Libra full moon shining her light to show me what I can tweak here. How can I rebalance this? How can I come to center? And whenever I talk about balance, balance is not something that you achieve and then you have it. I mean, yes, for hopefully a little while, but everything is always in flux, and that includes balance. So whenever we feel like something is out of balance, it's just an opportunity for a reset, right? It's just an opportunity to look a little deeper and pick some of those pebbles off of the one scale and put them on the other, right? And so you achieve the balance that you're looking for. Something that I like to do, a short little visualization meditation you can do while you're sitting and thinking about what may be imbalanced in your life or feeling a little chaotic all over the place, is you sit down, you get quiet, you close your eyes, you practice your slow breathing, your belly breathing a little bit, and then you picture a pendulum. I always picture one that is like, in a grandfather clock, the pendulum that moves back and forth. That's what I picture, but you can picture anything that comes to your mind. And I picture that kind of right in my center of my body, like my sternum, down my center. And at first I picture it's very erratic and it's moving back and forth, back and forth. And then as I breathe slowly and deeply and bring that breath into my belly, that pendulum starts to slow down. And as it slows down, it becomes closer and closer to the center. And instead of moving back and forth, now it's just moving like this until it becomes very still. And when that pendulum becomes still and in the center of you, you feel more calm. And then you can start to just think about or ask the question, ask your higher self, your guides, how can I rebalance this situation? How can I look at this differently where I'm going to be able to see ways to have more equanimity around this, right? That's a beautiful term. It's all about really truly being in that center. It's not amazing and it's not terrible. It's just, it is what it is. And so sometimes that acceptance can help you to bring more balance, because if you're not putting judgments on something like it's amazing, wonderful, or if it's terrible and awful, tragedy, if you're right there in the center, then that's objectivity. And that can help you in your situation. So, okay. So I think that's everything that I want to talk about with Libra for today. And I do want to speak about, as I mentioned earlier, Venus in Taurus, the South Node, and Pluto. And this is really significant energy. First and foremost, because Venus rules Libra. She is the ruler of this full moon. So whatever's happening to Venus in the sky at the time of this full moon is significant. It is playing a big role here. Okay? Okay. So Venus has just moved into Taurus before this full moon. She's only at 2 degrees. And she is not super tight, but close enough. She is being trined by the South Node in Virgo. So the two earth signs are trining and supporting each other. The South Node is all about what I'm ready to release, let go of, right? I'm done with this. I'm letting it go with grace. Now, that's ultimately what we want, but it doesn't always show up like that. When there's a trine, it tends to be easier, more graceful, more flowing, more harmonious. But depending on how this shows up in your chart and what areas of life, it may be a little bit, and depending on how much in alignment you are in your life, it may be super harmonious and easy and just like, okay, yeah, I'm done with that. And there's not a whole lot of huff about it. Or it could be a little more challenging. But typically, though, in the sky, when it's happening in a trine, that is very supportive and harmonious energy. So that south node trining Venus, Virgo, and Taurus, the two feminine earth signs, are really that beautiful feminine flow energy, that grounded earth energy of simply the seasons changing, right? What are we letting go of? When the leaves fall in autumn, it's not, it, there's a beautiful feminine energy to that. It's just graceful. It just happens naturally. There's no forcing, there's no hustle, there's no, um, you know, there's no force. And so that is what this energy is. The South Node in Virgo, she's saying, in my healing era, I am letting go of anything that diminishes my self-worth. Venus. I am letting go of anything within me that I can't, that's blocking me from seeing my own beauty, my own value, my own self-worth. I am letting go of, walking away from anything that doesn't honor my true essence. And I'll share with you, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, I have Pluto opposite my Venus in my chart now. And when this really started to come into an exact opposition for me in my chart is when I finally decided back in November of 2025 that I was no longer going to color my hair. And I didn't realize that right away. Like, I knew that was happening in my chart, but I didn't make the connection right away. And then finally I did make that connection. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not covering up anymore, because Pluto wants us to be in integrity, wants us to be in our truth, wants us to rip off the masks that are hiding who we truly are, what's honest, what's in integrity. Now, I'm not saying that women who color their hair are not in integrity. Not at all. I believe every woman has to choose for herself what is authentic for her, what she feels most beautiful and most herself. But I'm saying for me, this was something that I had been thinking about for a long time, and I was going back and forth, back and forth. And then finally, as this transit was becoming more exact, it was like, oh, okay, nope, this is happening. So the South Node in the sky trining this Venus, you may be letting go of something in your personal aesthetic, in anything, the way you style yourself, or your beauty, your style, your sense of fashion. It could be something like that, or it could be something deeper, right? And it could be something, depending on where it is in your chart, it could be something in your home space, right? It could be something in your work, if Venus is showing up in your 10th house, right? And so you are letting go of anything that is really just not honoring your true self. Hi Lily, your relationship with you, your self-worth, your self-value, your sense of how beautiful you are inside and out. Now, the other thing that's happening at the same time is that Pluto is squaring this Venus, and it's pretty close too. It's only 3 degrees apart. Now, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about, again, our authenticity, who we truly authentically are, the truth of who we are. So if you have been walking around with some kind of mask, not being open and honest about who you are, this full moon is shining a big, bright floodlight on that. And you're just done with it. You're done with the masquerade. You're done with the mask. You're done hiding who you are, truthfully. You're done covering something up. And so, Pluto is squaring Venus. Okay, so a square is taking action. Everyone, out there, they want to like paint good and bad with these aspects and the planets and the signs and blah, blah, and it's not that. It's not so judgy. Okay, a square, yes, a square can create tension, but tension usually equates to action. We don't really take action on something when everything's all flowy and easy and harmonious, right? We just go with it. But sometimes things have to get a little uncomfortable. We have to get a little fed up. We have to reach our tolerance level where we're like, okay, that no more. And then we make a change. That's not a bad thing. That's amazing. That's how we move through life. That's how we grow. That's how we live. So this square between Pluto and Venus is like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done with something. My relationship with something, someone, whether it's within here or in your life. So whatever it is for you, just own it. Just get centered, quiet, reconnect with yourself and say, how can I support myself in this? What would be the most healing, supportive, loving thing I could do for myself at this full moon in regards to whatever that thing is for you that's showing up, that's imbalanced, that you're ready to walk away from, that you're ready to just release, let go of, change. Now, that doesn't mean you need to like end a relationship. It means that something needs to be addressed. Something within the relationship maybe needs to be packed away and done with. Doesn't mean the whole relationship needs to be thrown out, right? What's that expression? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So for some of you, it may be like, yeah, you know what? I'm done with this relationship and now it's really time for me to end it once and for all. And that could be with a person or it could be with sugar, right? Your relationship with sugar. It could be you are ready to give up smoking. It could be you are ready to give up your limiting beliefs around exercise and your health. I don't need to rehash it. You know what I'm saying. So that is what I have for you today. Now, how do I stop sharing, Donna? Okay. So, oops, sorry. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to come back to you. And you know what I wanted to do to end the session today is I wanted to pull a card. I actually have all of Yasmin Boland's Moonology decks. In fact, her first one, the original Moonology, which is this one, was my very first Oracle deck that I ever got, and I love it so much, and I still use it all the time. But I thought this would be cool to do the manifestation deck. So I would like to just kind of shuffle a little bit and then just see, what card comes out for us. Best advice, guidance, wisdom for us for this Libra full moon. I'll do one more shuffle and then we'll see what card comes out. I want to say this format really feels good for me. It feels authentic. It feels easygoing. It feels easy. Um, And so we're going to try this new format of me just coming on. Okay, this beautiful card. Oh my God, I swear to God, I swear, you cannot make this up. Spirit, you guys, you're going to think that this is not real, that I did this on purpose. And I promise you, on my life, on everything that I love, that this card literally just flew out. The full moon in Libra, find a balance. I kid you not. Oh my God, you are magnificent. Universe, I love you so much. This is the one that flipped out. I mean, is life not so magical? All right, now I have to figure out how to find this in the book because there are no numbers. So, full moon in Libra, find a balance. I mean, come on. Okay, let me see how I find this. Maybe all the full moons are together. I don't know how she does. Oh, here we go. Full moon in Libra. So I'm going to read to you what it says in her book, okay? Focusing on focusing on your own wants and needs is understandable. We all need to look after ourselves. However, this card suggests you need to find a balance between what you need versus what someone else needs. Walk a mile in their shoes. Once you understand where they're coming from and why, you can take action. If you've been through a worrying time, including regarding your health, this card reminds you to find the right people for help. Make up your own mind about your situation rather than being too influenced by others. Remember that we are all co-creating, so getting other people on your side by being understanding is a win-win. Let's see. So it says, find a balance between your own needs and what you do for others. So yeah, that's pretty, that's pretty like basic Libra energies, right? Finding the balance between your needs and another one and the win-win. And I did say that in the beginning, right? That it's, if you can find a win-win, that's the highest expression of this energy. But really, guys, can't make it up. Cannot make it up. True magic is around us in every moment. I'm wishing you a beautiful full moon in Libra, and please leave me a comment. How is this moon showing up for you? What house is it in? What's showing up in your life? I would love to build a community where we can talk astrology, where we can share what's going on, and with when one person shares, it's usually relatable to another person, and we don't feel so alone, and we feel more connected. And ultimately, that is my ultimate hope for this channel. And that would be a win-win, right? That would be a beautiful balance of me and the other, our community, you and our community here that we're growing. So help me to do that. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'm going to try to build this up again. I'm going to be more consistent coming on here in this format. It was so easy for me. And sending you all my love. See you soon under the moon. Bye-bye for now.